Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Warren, and this is the WarrenMicro Tech Blog. This is episode number 6, which we're going over passwords. Okay, so everybody's heard of this wonderful Heartbleed vulnerability that's been out there. That is, it's a bug within the OpenSSL system that is something that is on the server side of the house. So you as an end user really can't prevent anything from happening other than doing kind of some regular precautions to make sure that you are changing your password regularly and those type of things. Everything for the Heartbleed side, or for that vulnerability, is going to be on the system admin side of the sites that you use. So going into the future, it's important to realize the importance of constantly changing your passwords. So every 30 to 60 days, if you were changing your password, not using the same one over and over again within other environments, or if you don't use the same password on Facebook as you do on Twitter type of deal, then by default, through all the password changes that you would be doing, eventually you would have resolved your own issue and your own vulnerability as that system began patching it, or patching that bug. Then by you systematically changing your password, you would have been more than covered. But constantly changing to a unique password on all the websites that we use is virtually impossible to keep track of, especially if you're not writing it down on a piece of paper that's sitting around that anybody can look at. So what is the best thing you can do to make sure you consistently change your passwords for different accounts and keep track of it without having to remember every single password for every single website that you use? There are multiple password manager tools that are out there. The one that I personally use and highly recommend is one called LastPass. You can go to their website, lastpass.com, and what they do is they can generate passwords for your different sites that you use, whether you use online banking, Facebook, Twitter accounts, whatever sites that you're going to. You can store your password with them, and you just remember one very strong password that unlocks what they call as a password vault. You can also do two-factor authentication, and I'll get into that in a couple more minutes. But the reason it's important to have a password management tool is that allows you to consistently change your passwords and have a way to remember it. The LastPass program itself has different plugins for your different web browsers. So whether you're using Chrome, Firefox, and I believe Internet Explorer, they have and definitely for Internet Explorer, they have a little add-on that you can install for all those, that then as you get to a form that needs to be auto-filled, it will remember your information as long as you logged into LastPass for that browser. Then it will automatically populate all that information. So it is it's a very good tool to use. It's also one that has been kind of proven out for its security in itself. It stores its passwords in a certain way and makes sure that there's good encryption to store your personal information. You can also, within its plugin, you can actually store secured notes. You can also, if you have a business and you have multiple people using the same password to log into, like a common Twitter account or something of that nature, or passwords that you want to share with your accounting department or something like that, they do have an enterprise product. They essentially have 3 different levels. They have a free version, which you can log on, get the securities there. They have what they call is a premium version. So with that, you end up getting a app that you can install on an iPhone or an Android device that will allow you to log into or kind of have all your passwords with you, and also on those devices you can then use it to log into the apps that you store passwords for as well. So it definitely comes in very handy. I personally have been using it for a little bit more than a year now. I did move to what they call the two-factor authentication, and that is a common term, and we'll get into that in later episodes. But it requires, for my password vault, I have what's called a YubiKey, YUBICO. And what it is it's essentially a USB device that has an additional encryption key that you can use that you attach to your account. So you need this device, which, as I pull it out right here, which is the size of a USB stick. You need that in a device that you're going to access your main vault. You can, within LastPass, you can set up the different logins, so where it would require an additional device within it to be able to access it on an app, or you can have it where you can trust certain devices. And so all of those security features kind of wrapped up allow you to stay ahead of a lot of other people that are just using the same password on everything they use. And we're all guilty of it at some point in time, but not kind of learning to move away and not taking those steps. You're really putting yourself out there to be open to a slew of security vulnerabilities. The other thing I'd like about LastPass is it will actually test websites that you use that you have within your security vault. So in the event of this Heartbleed vulnerability, they actually were proactive about it. You can actually go in there and run a security check on the sites with the username and passwords that you have, and it would actually automatically check the the SSL certificate for those different sites like Tumblr, Instagram, and all the ones that were affected by that OpenSSL for the main sites. And you could actually know when it was the key time to change your password. So LastPass in its entirety does a lot more than just store your password. So I highly recommend taking a look at them. I personally use it, and I personally recommend it to small businesses or friends and family members as well. So, and I'm definitely recommending it to you guys. So take a couple minutes. Once again, it's LastPass. Think of the last password that you'd ever have to remember, but you know, LastPass.com is the name of the website, and I'll put make sure that I have the direct link in the show notes now. We're making some changes on our website, so now with the video blog posts that are on our website, I'm going to try to start including notes underneath it, so if there is a direct link to something, you guys can kind of use that as a quick cheat sheet to go directly to different products, services, or sites that we're talking about on the videos. So this is once again a fun week of videos. I'm looking forward to the future. Next week is episode number 7, so we'll be looking out for that next week. And thank you so much again for sharing our videos or subscribing to us on YouTube. Greatly appreciate it. I'm starting to do a lot more research on the video side, and hopefully we'll start picking up different camera equipment. But if you guys have any that you want to donate, shoot us an email or hit us up on Facebook, Google+, or directly on YouTube. And you know, whether you have comments or you would like to see a future video on different things, just let us know. I love doing these videos. I love interacting with you guys. So I'm really excited for future episodes, and I'm just genuinely passionate about all this technology stuff that we get to use nowadays. There's a lot of stuff that we take for granted, and it's really exciting to have the opportunity to work with people on it and help develop businesses and just help you guys out. So thank you again for watching this week, and I look forward to another video that I get to share with you guys next week.